Hello and welcome to my channel, my space to journal my days, to reflect and be thankful. My journey is an ordinary girl, one in a million in this so ordinary world, but aiming for the extraordinary. My thoughts for today, a new page I now create. Welcome to Slim's Diary. New day, new life. With the tree of life. Hmm. New day, new life. Treasure life. Treasure health. Well, dear diary, very often we easily take for granted the gift of life and health we receive each new day. We've gotten so accustomed to the fact that we'll wake up tomorrow, that we'll be at a certain place, at a certain time. We meet up with friends, we meet up for coffee or something with friends, and while departing, we say things like, "Oh, it's been so great to catch up. Let's do this again." And I would say, "I'll see you tomorrow," or "I'll call you later." But how do we know we'll see them tomorrow? How do we know we'll call them later? What makes us believe we'll have a tomorrow? Because either we or them could fall ill and have to go into hospital, even just as we're leaving each other's presence. It could be that quick. Our phones could get lost or was still stolen. We could suffer some form of bereavement or something else which throws a spanner into our plans. Basically, anything could happen. Anything. But we obviously can't go about living fearful of the unknown. So that's why we make such positive assumptions. That's why we make such positive statements. We make those statements believing that that's what's going to happen. But we must not forget to be thankful. We must not forget to be appreciative, to be grateful for each new day that comes our way, because we had no hand in making that possible. Remember, you could do everything right, every single thing right, and still not make it to the next hour, let alone the next day. I haven't brought a message of doom and gloom today, believe me, no, I haven't. That's not my intention. But I just want to remind myself to be thankful, to be grateful. I'm noting this today because of what happened on Tuesday, a few days ago. So the week started off, Monday was fine. Nothing significantly interesting happened. Kids went to school, I was home, and JJ went about his business. The kids came back from school, we all had dinner, and dinner was a panini with some chicken breasts and some vegetables, and that was it. And Tuesday morning starts off normal. The kids get ready and they're off to school. JJ did school drop off as usual. Now, on the way, Debbie mentioned she was feeling a bit lightheaded and a little bit sick, but okay to go to school, and nothing else. David said nothing. He was absolutely fine. Now, I got to hear of this whole thing later in the evening, but JJ didn't make any force of it. He didn't make much of it as he dropped them off. He dropped Debbie off. Okay. And then mid-morning, school calls for us to come pick David up as he's unwell. And then I go straight into panic mode. Like, what do you mean he's unwell? How is that possible? But apparently he went in, struggled through his first lesson, and didn't make it halfway into the second lesson. His head hurt so bad and he felt extremely dizzy. He could hardly stand on his feet. And then on top of that, a war seemed to be going on inside his stomach that caused him to throw up such odious farts that even an atomic bomb would not have been able to compare. Those were his words later in the day, not mine. He practically had to be carried to the school infirmary because he couldn't stand on his feet. Now, JJ was hours away, so couldn't come to get him immediately. So my poor baby lay there for hours waiting. I couldn't go to get him because I didn't have the car. Later, he would say to me, he felt his strength just ebbing away, like it's being drained away, sucked out of him like through a pipe. This was all very unusual, very strange. Now, unknown to us as well, Debbie was having similar symptoms. Unable also to go through with her lessons, she ended up in an infirmary as well and only felt better towards the end of the day. They had no fever or any other symptoms. I know there's a COVID virus scare, but they had no other symptoms. And the whole thing was just very strange, very bizarre. By evening, they were fine, but shaken, truly shaken by the whole experience. Because they're both usually very healthy kids, never fallen ill. And I've been wondering what caused them to feel ill. The only thing they both had in common was the dinner we all ate. They had separate school lunches the previous day, as they're in separate schools, and only had a bowl of cereal for breakfast. But then JJ and I were fine. Besides, dinner was just like I've said, bread, panini bread, with some chicken breast, mozzarella cheese to hold it all together, some lettuce and some tomatoes. They've had about 4. Those many new or strange ingredients in the whole thing. So the whole thing just baffles me, just beats me. They're fine now though, so yeah, moving on. Now if I had a car, I could have gone to get him and perhaps killed 2 birds with 1 stone, as I would also refute the thoughts some of his friends have about his parents. You see, JJ's been doing both pick up and drop off, yeah, because he's handling his own business and that allows it. He's got the time to do that. So that allowed me to focus on work. And work for me means being in the office sometimes as early as 8 o'clock, and then other days I work from home when I was working. I do go in for school plays and concerts, but that's it. I'm not really in school. I'm not needed. I don't need to be in school. So I haven't been to school for a while. So now both he and Debbie's friends think we're divorced. I don't know where that came from. I don't know how the kids think these days. They've mentioned it a few times and I kind of let it slide, but it's come up again and again. And I don't know. I have no business in school with 1 car. It makes sense for JJ to take the name, so I don't really go into school. I don't know if I should take it seriously. In the beginning, it was me doing both pick up and drop off. They seem to have forgotten that with them and their friends. I'm not sure what to do. Oh well, what's jumped out at me this week? Value life, value health. Every teeny little bit of it. And don't take any day for granted. Well, here's to life and to health. Good night, diary.